Hey everyone. My name is Austin Grant, and I'm the founder of Izlo. To give you a little bit of background about myself, I'm a full stack developer. I've previously founded a couple other things. My first project was called Export Abroad. It was big data for international trade. My second thing was Financial Toolbelt. It was a series of financial calculators, which ultimately got acquired by Motley Fool. But like a lot of us in here, I've been really interested in AI and LLMs and things like that. And that's where Izlo comes in. So Izlo is a tool for teams to manage and standardize their prompts. It's essentially a source of truth for all the prompts that your organization uses to basically power your apps or your workflows. I originally got the idea because, like a lot of people, I'm starting to use ChatGPT in my workflows, and I realized that a lot of the prompts that me and my team were using were slightly different. They were trapped in Word documents, in an Excel, or in a code base. I was overwriting the prompts that I was using with my team, and it's just kind of hectic. So I wanted one single place that I could go to where I would have all the prompts that me and my team were going to use. What's really interesting is as you're building this database of prompts, you can actually use Izlo as a CMS of your prompts, so it can actually power your applications. What that allows you to do is it allows non-technical users to become prompt engineers, because you can use our API to power the prompts within your app, so they can change something on Izlo here, not using any code, and it'll change within your application, all without having to redeploy your app or change any code or talk to a developer. So let's kind of jump into it. So first, I want to just kind of walk you through what adding a new prompt is like. I'm not actually going to add one here, but you can just see, you give your prompt a name, a description, the tools that you use, and then the prompt text. Now, we're all familiar with the prompt text. It's what you send to ChatGPT, Stable Diffusion, whatever you're using. What's interesting, though, and I'll get into this a little bit deeper in just a bit, is we have a templating language that's built in. What this allows you to do is to easily test different permutations of the prompts that you're using. So what's really cool about that is you can actually see how your prompts evolve, and you can test all these different things all within our system. And we're really keen on testing in particular, because you can see how your prompt's responses are improving over time. So let's actually jump into a prompt. This is a prompt that generates email subject lines. Basically, you have a newsletter, you need to generate some ideas. So here, you'll actually see that I have a couple of these variables defined. And in your workspace, you can add, which is basically just changing a commit. You can remix, which I'll get into in a bit, and you can test. Let's see what a test looks like. The system automatically knows that these are the variables that I've defined, and I can actually define these or put something in here. I want 10, and the subject is how to build a business. And when I hit run test here, it's actually injecting those variables that I just typed in, going out to ChatGPT and running that query, and then it stores it in the database for us to see. So you can compare what your responses are over time. Maybe I do 5, maybe I change, that type of thing. If you're not using ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is the only system that we currently support for automated, you can actually go in and manually add these things, like if you're using DALL-E, Midjourney, whatever, where you can actually just save these. And actually, I can just show you a quick little example of that, what a response looks like here. So you can see how your images change over time as well. The other thing I want to walk you through quick is what a remix is. Now, if anyone's a developer in here and they're familiar with Git, a remix is essentially a branch. But if you're not familiar with that, what that allows you to do is you'll have this main system that powers your workflows, your apps, and you can create a remix which allows anyone to work on a prompt and kind of improve it in a sandbox. And it allows your team to improve your prompt without having to alter the main prompt that you're currently using. So let's see here, it kind of copies everything over. Make sure you use a serious tone. I actually want to use a playful tone, right? And when I hit save here, I'm taken to an entirely new workspace that I can work in, make changes, run those same tests like I just showed you. And when you feel like it's ready, you can launch it. And when you launch a remix, it essentially becomes the next main prompt, or it becomes the main prompt. It makes a change to it. So I'm pretty happy with my playful tone, and I'm going to hit launch here. You'll see now I'm back on the main branch, and I have playful tone. Pretty cool. So where this becomes really powerful is you can actually use our API, like I was talking about, to use Izlo as a CMS. And let's go through an example of that. So here, I have a prompt that summarizes blog posts. right? Pretty standard, right? You can pass it a post and it'll bring back a summary of it. And I've built a third-party app here that uses that prompt. And so this could be, if you want to think about this, and theoretically it could be your website, it could be an email newsletter, basically anything that can hit an API can use this. Well, I'm not very happy with just 4 bullet points. So I'm actually going to go and I'm going to make this 10 distinct bullet points. Okay? So I just made, I have to make a message, change to 10, and I hit save. So you'll see that my main prompt has changed. Now, when I go back and refresh this app, it's actually going out to Izlo, making sure it has the latest prompt available, and then hitting ChatGPT. So, I gotta wait for a little bit. You'll see now, I didn't have to change any code within my application. It just uses Izlo as the source of truth. So you could be using this in a bunch of different areas. And really what this really helps you do is it helps teams stay on the same track, right? Like we're making sure that this summary, you could have written this 100 different ways, but it's always using this one standardized prompt. So Izlo is still kind of new. We're currently in a private beta. Our website is getizlo.com. I actually set up a little landing page for Minidemo. I'd love to get more people involved from the Twin Cities community, helping me shape this. It's still, like I said, it's still pretty early. If you go to getizlo.com/minidemo, enter your email, you'll be first on the beta list. And if you have any questions, please come find me. Thanks.